Wonder if I'll ever play the Atelier games again. Why did I decide to fucking go back to playing Zelda? Why am I so obsessed with this damn mod? I poop faster than I piss. I meant to say that a while back, but I forgot. But I still wanted to say it, so there you go. There's also Ender Lilies. I want to check the developers of that game, see if they're working on something else. Alright, I'll play some Zelda, maybe take a shower. Then it's off to work for me. I'll be doing some more Unity. I won't be recording it anymore. It's just getting in the way of my work performance. And frankly, there's no need. No one will want to watch it. And then probably at night time I'll be hanging out with Tori, playing more card games, no doubt.
Supernatural forces in JoJo. By far the most omnipresent of them is fate. The presence of fate can be seen in every.
I want to rewatch these Hamon Beat videos again.
It informs everything that the characters do, and many characters are completely based on their relationship with fate. Fate as a plot device is present in a wide variety of media, all the way back to the ancient Greeks.
What would my stand be?
This sort of cop-out where the story has nowhere to go, or is used as a cliche in chosen one type stories. JoJo is not
That's something I've always asked. Like, depending on my personality, the songs that I know, which will definitely play a role in the naming of my stand. It's a fun idea to think about, right? What if you became a stand user? Well, for one, you'd be fucking dead. If not yet, then soon. Because that's kind of the fate of all stand users. I mean, obviously it's the fate of all living beings. Well, if we go by tarot cards, according to a tarot reading, my tarot card is Hermit. I've recently done another one, and apparently I am the Sun. In part 3, the Sun is just a terrible stand, and Hermit Purple. I don't know Hamon. But it is fitting I'd have Joseph, considering I'm a bit of a troll myself. Not a good one like Joseph.
This idea of an abstract supernatural concept Explore 6 1 before Part 6. Part 4 was the introduction of the stand users drawn to each other. The arrow is known to seek out those with potential, enough that Kira's father was able to use it like a dowsing rod, letting it point to where it wanted to go. It may have been this seeking of potential that caused the meteor to gravitate towards Earth in the first place. Gravity of the human spirit drew it in.
The song I like the most is my favorite song of all time, Go On Ahead and Scientific Witchery. Or maybe it's called Galahad in scientific witchery.
The entire world.
Okay,
This is not a
still
complex
called.
goal, but even as early as part 1, we can see some of the seeds
I can make
of
this.
his later motivation. He had a very traumatic childhood, and that, along with his conflict with Jonathan, would influence the philosophy he developed later. After his defeat, Dio spent 100 years at the bottom of the ocean. He was conscious during this time, and probably had quite a lot to think about. While it may not be necessary for explaining what comes later, I do believe that Dio reached some form of enlightenment during his time spent here. After emerging, Dio befriended the fortune teller Enya, and it is at this point that he reached an understanding of fate. Dio's true goal is to achieve his idea of heaven. Heaven is a state of mind in which you are completely aware of your destiny and come to accept it. As someone with a turbulent childhood and who is endlessly fated to have conflict with the Joestars, this would be the ideal state of being for someone like Dio. In order for heaven to be attained, time must be accelerated to the singularity point, and the universe is recreated. All living beings are lifted out of the universe and
Sorry you decided to chat, and he's speaking in Hilichurl. Okay, now he's singing the... Okay. Wow, it suddenly got super hot.
It's your birthday.
No, it's not.
I know, but what you doing?
Playing Zelda, and then I'm gonna fucking take a
You
shower
fought-
and do some work.
You fought Gary yet?
No, he isn't in the tavern today.
Can you fight NPCs in other people's tavern or not?
No. I've been in your world a bunch of times and I can't talk to anyone there.
Sure that he's not in the tavern?
No, he is
Your
not. Gary is a pretty easy name to recognize.
Are you sure you didn't check the other rooms? You know, the special rooms?
Yes, I've checked the rooms.
Nice.
I did play some more online matches with randoms.
And you destroyed them a lot?
Yep. I wanted to try out the new Noel deck I had, you know, the one that had Oceanid instead.
Yeah, what if it gains in it's online, but it's actually not?
True. Actually, the opponent rage quit when he realized he couldn't do any damage to me. Like, it was hilarious. He managed to kill my Shangling, but as it turns out, his strategy relied on him being able to get energy by healing using Gambler's Earrings, an artifact.
Energy by healing, what?
Gambler's Earrings. When this artifact is equipped,
Yeah, you need to
when
use-
you kill an opponent with a skill, you get 2 Omni dice. Yeah, Shangling
Then that's-
died early, which wasn't a big deal. He thought he could get me by freezing my Noel and preventing me from using my burst, but I did a big brain play and just ended my turn when I got frozen, rather than using my burst. And then I went back to full heal at the end phase. And then at that point, he went AFK and just conceded. Hilarious. He's like, yeah. His health was slowly going down while both of my remaining alive characters, which was Noel and the Oceanid, were
So
still alive.
What
That was hilarious, huh?
was his team?
He was a freeze comp specialist. Ganyu, Xingqiu, and one other cryo, I forgot who it was, Ayaka.
Well, there's his issue, Resty too.
Indeed. Yeah, he wanted to get his burst as quickly as possible, most likely, with Sing Chu so that he could freeze by attacking with Ayaka,
but
you know, and Sing Chu together.
That's the thing. Singchu sucks, especially
Indeed.
like you don't need your fucking enemy to put elements on you to just do reactions, which is stupid for Singchu.
Indeed.
So dumb. They should fucking stop that.
Yeah. So yeah, Oceania good.
Yeah, very good.
Indeed.
Yeah, now you're gonna beat me with my own monster.
Kinda hilarious how the beginning of the game, thanks to this mod, is always with me having a shirt but no pants.
It's very funny how you were like, no, Shannon seems kinda useless back then.
Yeah, well, that's because I still had no idea how to play the game, but now I understand.
No, that's you wanna know the reason why?
Why?
It's because we had literally nothing to make use of the decks. You know, we only
Indeed.
had little fucking scrolls and Fischl.
Yeah, they're good, but you know,
Well
certainly
done, then.
better once are available.
Now then,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
to new
Yeah, so he was taking use of the cryo resonance.
What is
Like-
cryo residency?
that princess was my
I do
own
not
daughter,
remember.
my dear.
Shokaku.
He couldn't use it though. He never once got a single card
Hmm.
for the cryo resonance.
Shokaku.
Yeah. Bad luck for him, I suppose.
Zuikaku.
So why were you speaking Hilichurlian?
Don't know. Don't ask. Don't care.
Okay.
What the hell is this? Shirokane Rinko. Who's that? Who's that?
How should I know? Alright, let's go get
Um,
ourselves some money. Before
we-
we leave.
What the fuck is he?
Let us also amp up the difficulty.
Yeah.
Neat.
What you're using now is Noel, Oceanid, and who?
Noel,
Changling?
Oceanid, and Changling, yes. Noel, Changling and Oceanid are for applying stuff, and if I'm lucky, I can get some vaporizers with them.
What if? What if, Resty? You made use of the 2 Hydro as well.
True. I don't know what team I could use though for that.
Oceanid, Noel, and another Hydro character.
Ah, yeah.
Mura
Mermaiden
Sama.
might be funny.
I mean, she's good. I mean, you can tell. So, the nice thing about Mirror Maiden, Resty, you know her E-skill? The 3 cost, just hit for 2 damage?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it so that any Hydro damage gets increased by 1.
Oh,
you hit the
not
enemy.
just, it's not just the Mermaidens that gets the increase. I see, so
Yeah.
she's less useless than I thought then. I mean, she's good, but like,
was-
I didn't see any value. I didn't see any value in that ability.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
if you go for like, a Hydro team, she's definitely good. I mean, I think you could just go full Hydro, like all Hydro teams.
Yeah, Mono Hydro, like who gives a shit?
No reactions needed, dude.
Yeah, just focus on getting Hydro dice. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
still value in a Mono team. Definitely.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do reactions, but that's about it.
Indeed.
Oh, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this
bye.
part?
Okay, so for this.
What the hell is that? Is that
What's that?
you know what you know what they didn't put in Subaru that they should have?
What?
And snake. It's a fucking jungle. There's no snakes. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you're right. No snakes. What's up with that?
Yeah. Alright.
Oh,
They should really focus more on livestock, you know?
true.
You're telling me that the only livestock is fucking whatchamacallit? The fucking Sumter beasts? Resty, we have chicken dishes, but apparently all the birds are just considered chicken. Their meat.
Oh no, this is so
Hey,
bad.
Resty,
You know what? I don't care about the money. Yeah, I don't know.
we have sweet madame, we have buttered chicken, but there's
Yeah,
still
we know there are certainly more animals in Genshin just by looking at the food,
where's the chicken?
but we can't see them.
Where's the chicken, Resty? Why do we just use fowl from any bird and it's considered chicken?
Apparently, yes.
So I might mute myself for, you know, a couple minutes, I guess.
Sure.
And now that I think about it, it might take more than a couple minutes.
That's fine.
And you can enjoy your Zelda more.
Yes, that was what I was hoping. I didn't expect you'd show up so early.
What do you mean? Show up so early.
I'm used to you being a
I-
night guy.
Bitch! Stop assuming shit.
True.
Alright, time to mute. I'm gonna deafen. Mention me if you want to say something.
Alright.
Because I won't be able to hear you with deafen.
I wonder what he's doing. I don't really care though. I didn't even ask. I just want to play more Zelda. I think I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh well. New game, Wu Tao, Genshin, Cards, Toryu, Mute. Alright, it's nice that my controller's finally back to normal. Oh. Oh man, this isn't what I want, but... If the next horse I find doesn't have the stats that I need, then I'll roll with this for now. I gotta be less picky with my horses. Ever since I learned about this place, I'm so obsessed with getting the best horse in the beginning of the game now. Don't you leave that place. You stay there and be a nice horsey horse. Girl. Just jump in the cat. Girl. A Lionel? Oh no. Also nighttime, which means style enemies might show up. Aw, man. Okay, how about this guy? You look like a mighty fine steed. Since you're close enough, as long as if you run away, then I will give up. I'm out of stamina food anyway. How many button presses does it take again? I believe it's like 40. Ah, dang it, this isn't the horse that I want. Whatever. Looks like you'll do. Yeah, the lead horse is always the 544 stat, if I remember correctly. Which means the pack behind him, which is 3 horses, have randomized stats. They could be more of the 544, or they could be the 253 that I want. Wait, have I caught you before? Oh. Ah, yeah, you're the first one I caught. Whatever. I begrudgingly accept. This horse. It'll be Rierte. Oh, kinda strange. I've been planning out characters. I find it easier to write up stories. Fanfics are nice and easy for me to draw up, because there's already existing characters and worlds. The hardest part for me about writing up a new story is the fact that I need to conceive a world and fill it with characters on my own. So as you may know, or if not, I'm writing a freaking novel right now, titled something really long, cause that's how the naming conventions for light novels are these days. The mistress enjoys getting bullied by her maid or something. Wait, no, other way around. And yep, it's a Yuri novel, baby. But yeah, among all the characters, the love interest, Rierte Albans, her name was inspired by a breed of a dog. Rierte Albans is an anagram for Boston Terrier, an American breed of dogs known for being loyal, stubborn, and prideful. Which is the perfect analogy for Rierte as a character. I came up with the anagram myself. I was like, Boston Terrier, I want this. How do I make this into a cool anagram? I was like, something feminine. Terrier, Rierte. Yeah, that sounds pretty feminine. And then Albans. Albans sounds like a fancy family name, you know? So that's how I went with it. I was like, I wanted to end with an NSTS. Which left me with OB and O. So I thought, Advanced. Originally it was gonna be Boonst, but that made no sense. That was way too crude of a name. Look at me fucking... I wasn't even asked for an interview, and here I am. Man, I wish I was on interviews, and then they asked me these questions, and then I answered them like this. To be a popular artist / celebrity. Actually, now that I think about it, that's actually not a dream that I want. Interviews means communicating, and I hate socializing. But yeah, she's the only one named after a breed of dog. Because every other character I have are named after other existing people in real life. Like the main character, Casey Person. named after Katy Perry, so-called Queen of Camp. Then lastly, there's the main villain. Originally, I was gonna name her Kaguya, but I didn't want her to be a foreigner character, because having her name be inspired from a different kind of thing. It's more Eastern sounding of a name rather than Western, like Boston Terrier and Katy Person, Albans Rieta and Katy Person. So I looked up cruel dictators and came up with Julius.
Hey!
Oh wow, I'm already pretty good friends with this guy. Gal. Good. Oh fuck. Where is Beetle? Where is the Beetle? BRB. There you are. I've come to bargain. Right, it's really hot.
Placed back in with the memories of their previous experiences. Because of this, they are aware of everything that will ever happen to them. Made in Heaven is the only stand capable of doing this. Understanding the way that it is created is essential to understanding fate. Dio's soul was reborn through the Great Baby, which is essentially his will to attain heaven given form as a living being. This fused with Pucci and began changing his stand into Seamoon, which is able to manipulate gravity. It is said to us that gravity and time are one and the same. So when Seamoon uses its powers at certain coordinates and with certain gravitational influences, it can manipulate time itself. Not only are gravity and time one and the same, but fate is included in that as well. By creating this new universe, Pucci gains control over fate to create heaven. Dio's idea of heaven is an inherently complacent one, since it is not just knowing your own future, but completely coming to terms with it. This mindset is perfectly in line with what Dio called peace of mind in Part 3. If you completely accept fate, good or bad, you'll be at peace. Pucci's ideology is similar to Dio's. The traumatic events he experienced as a young man were so severe that he became obsessed with the sequence of events. When he examined it, he could not determine whose fault it really was. Was it solely the actions of the people Pucci hired? He was the one that hired them after all, and he is the one that omitted the information that could have avoided the situation entirely. Was it Pucci's fault for acting so harshly after hearing the confession?
I like how when you get your horse, you just kind of raise up higher because you get a saddle suddenly teleported into the horse. It's like that in the base game as well. It's not just because of this mod.
His fixation on how Perla's death happened made Dio's words ring true to him. All of these events and chance meetings that have happened were due to the unseen influence of gravity. He would eventually seek out Dio and begin to understand fate, fully committing himself to creating heaven. In a world where all people can know and accept their destiny, the internal trauma from what happened to Perla can be averted. Kira is similar to Dio in many ways. Just like Dio, he had a troublesome childhood.
Hey, what regular style for all day?
Committing great atrocities.
That's not supposed to be.
Their main similarity, however, is their outlook on life. Kira's goal is to have a quiet life, very much in line with Dio's idea of peace of mind. At times, Kira seems to be blessed by fate, and he is surrounded by an inhuman amount of good luck. He was given the perfect stand for destroying evidence, and has succeeded in staying completely free of suspicion. His own gravity was even strong enough to draw the arrow to him a second time, giving him a nearly foolproof method of avoiding detection. However, even with all of this, he was still overcome, and his luck ironically disappeared. Kira's flaw was that although he only wanted to have a quiet life, he led a lifestyle that was inherently chaotic. He wished to have a quiet life in spite of this, rather than accepting his own circumstances. This contradiction eventually caused his luck and, by extension, fate to abandon him. Others, however, are not so keen to sit by and
Frick, I
let
got so
fate
many
happen.
bug bites.
The character
How did
of
this happen?
Diablo is very heavily based
Must
on
be the weather.
overcoming fate, and this becomes one of the main themes of Part 5. Diablo's personality is steeped in paranoia and a desire to completely erase
Are
any
spell
traces
noxes
of his past.
Do I have
His
those
stand,
enabled?
King Crimson is able to
I
see
do.
a forecast of the future, and through his time skips,
Alright, so
remove
one more.
himself from what is
I'll
fated
go
to
for a
happen.
boss.
Anything in the
I had
prediction
Nox.
is absolute, so even if he removes himself, the results of his original actions will still move along as if he were there, pushed along by a form of gravity. Diablo is constantly trying to best fate at the expense of countless people around him. However, Diablo is not really escaping fate like he wishes. As we know from Part 6, fate can be changed, but the changing of fate is still predestined. Even the nature of Diablo's ability reveals this to us. In order to know what to do next, he is obsessively viewing a premonition of what will happen. While he thinks he is escaping fate, he is still ultimately a slave to it. Fate seems to operate on a principle of what goes up must come down. While you can change fate, it will eventually self-correct in the other direction. Diablo's changing of fate is what made Jorno fate. So, fate is what causes him.
Alright, that's a black enemy. It's not worth killing them.
Dio and Diablo are the two polar opposites for how to deal with fate. Beyond the obvious naming convention between them, their ideologies are fundamentally opposed. One's
Running away is
obsessed with
already my
changing
main
fate,
strategy for
while
dealing with
the
this
other completely
stupid ass
accepts
shit.
it. Both of these, however, are counter to the ideology of our protagonists. While the antagonist's point of view is often fatalist, the protagonists do not concern themselves with what is predestined, but instead doing what they think is right. This is really
Where
one of
did
the
you come
most
from?
important lessons about fate in the series. That it doesn't matter if fate is altered. One way or another, it will end up favoring the just path. This idea of a right path that the characters are following can even be seen in the most recent chapters of Part 8. In an afterword written for Part 5, Araki describes the protagonist's relationship with fate. He says that one of the main themes of Part 5 is the question of how to deal with fate. Just like Dio, Jorno and the other Part 5 characters were born into a sad life where things happen to them beyond their control. How do you deal with something that controls all of existence? The answer the protagonists have is not to try and change fate. They know that their own sense of justice is the only thing they need to be happy. This was supported in Part 6, of the final fate-related revelation. After Pucci had spent so long justifying his horrible actions with the end goal of heaven, he is defeated fate. Understands that fate only follows the path of justice. The fate that exists within JoJo is the perfect system to represent the story Araki wanted to tell. The mechanics of fate are also far more than any other secrets. Despite this, its depth seems to be so often ignored by fans. The system is entirely dismissed by people altogether. I hope that this video helped you reach a greater understanding of fate and you get a better understanding of represents in JoJo. This is a fun video to do, so if you have a video idea for it, comment it down below. If you want to be updated on new videos or leave suggestions, join the comment me Discord with the link in the description. You can also support the channel on Patreon to receive Discord perks and other rewards, such as uncut music reference videos. And finally, subscribe to the channel for future videos. This is the part of the video where I make my $5 and up patrons.
What?
To Jordan the Lich, Alex Ramirez, Raziana, Little Girl, The Insane Penguin, Anasumi Hat, Doorbell, and Cloudy.
My 5 rupees. Dang it. Is Master Mode even designed for this mod? Huh. Well, it seems manual save is certainly planned. Well, I guess I have no choice but to leave and re-enter.
How on the beat? Welcome back to Debunking the Rocky Forgot. This time we'll finally be taking a look at the 8th part of JoJo, JoJolion, which began in 2011 and finished in August of 2021. In the time period after it finished publishing, I was able to compile all of the topics I'll be talking about in this video. Probably the strangest thing about JoJolion when it comes to this topic is that we were already discussing it before it even finished. So there's a host of topics that almost aren't even worth discussing, since they eventually just got resolved in the manga itself. Regardless, I do still think there's plenty to talk about, and there are some connections I think others may have missed. JoJolion does have a pretty complex story compared to the other parts of JoJo, so hopefully this video will help people understand certain parts of it. The first topic comes from the very first chapter. Some ask why it is that Yasuko said she hadn't kissed anyone yet, but then we later learned that she was at least sexually active with her entire friend Toru. This topic may confuse some people since you may not remember Yasuko saying this line at all. But you're right to think that, since this is actually a mistranslation. Most of the more popular scans have the correct translation, which is Yasuko talking about how she once kissed Joshu in the past, and that's why he fell in love with her. The first translation is a remnant of some of the early days of JoJolion's publishing, where we had some conflicting translations, some of which were pretty bad. Next is the wall eyes phenomenon that appears prominently in the part. There's been quite a few claims that people have made about the wall eyes, so much that I actually ended up making a video about it quite
My
some
fighting
time
style
ago.
might seem a little
But the main
confusing
idea back then
and
was that
unobvious
while
to
the
some,
wall eyes were present in the beginning of the story, they were later forgotten about.
but everything
and
I do is
disappeared
with
from the
purpose.
background entirely. Of course,
Like
this
not doing a
turned out
flurry
to be the
rush,
case,
or
and
not
Wall
finishing
Eyes
my
probably
combos.
began to appear again, but even got some further explanation. In the cases of people saying the wall eyes were no longer
It isn't as
visible
cool
for a
and
while,
badass those
they
combo
simply
videos you
provided
see
the actual location
on
of the
YouTube,
wall
but
eyes.
it's
They
effective.
appeared along the coastal parts of Wario
And that's how a real swordsman should strive for.
as much happens when the characters are either dead or so long periods, such as when they're in the hospital, or further differences with others who was introduced. However, the wall eyes returned and some were not satisfied with the amount of information they were given. This is a point that's going to come up a lot this time, since unlike with any other part of JoJo,
Who rebuilds these colors? Whoops.
For example, in part 1, we had no idea what the origins of the stone masks were, but they were later explained in part 2. Likewise, the phenomenon of stands was introduced in part 3, followed by the stand arrow in part 4, and finally the origin of the arrow in part 5. We were also introduced to
lovely.
Dio's plan that he was collecting stand users for in part 4, which later became the focus of part 6. Much of the phenomena seen in Snowball Run and JoJolion will likely be expanded on further in part 9. In the meantime, however, I feel like the explanations we've been given are pretty satisfactory.
Ooh, another lovely one.
Wall-eyes having connections to the Devil's Palms from part 7, and it was heavily implied that the accident involving Johnny Joestar
I'm definitely gonna go for this thing now. The last resort.
corpse underneath the
Yep, here it
drains
comes.
of Wario. In this location,
Oh, nice.
Finish has often used to gain access to the
Oh!
powers of the Wall-eyes. This shrine is also directly associated with Johnny's legend. So
I haven't disabled these since I wanted to find out if they still crash the game or not. However, it seems to be working fine now. The game still stutters occasionally, but none of the stutters had caused a crash yet, so...
After being near the Wall-eyes, Yasuo and Joshu also both experienced bite marks after going near Josuke. The bite marks eventually healed, but weren't given much focus again. Most likely these are some kind of symptom for going near the Wall-eyes. The Wall-eyes are known for having a power to grant stands, so for a while a lot of people, including me, believed that the bite marks themselves were what granted the stands. However, this later became unconfirmed. Since we learned later that Yasuho already had subconscious access to her stand as a child, both halves of Josuke were also stand users. In Joshu's case, we don't really know for sure if he gained Nutcake Call because of the bite mark, or if it was just already in him from living near the walleyes and just now awakened. So while it is possible the bite marks are related to gaining stands, we don't have any evidence right now to support it. I think if there's anything further we learn about the bite marks, it would come with whatever more we learn about the blessings from the Earth Army. During the fight with Ojiro, Josuke experiences a brief vision of a man with blonde hair in front of the walleyes. This was one of the more puzzling things from throughout the part, and it ended up not coming up again. People have posed their own explanations over the years, but I wasn't completely convinced since I still thought it might come up again. Now that we've reached the end, I think we now need to re-examine some of those explanations. While it's not a complete
Jeez, my
impossibility that this
freaking
could come
bite
along,
marks.
I'm not holding my breath. We don't know enough about the future to really know for sure, so I'm not satisfied
Annoying.
leaving it at that. The most likely scenario here is that this is an early design for another character. Which character that this is the real tough question. Some say that it's Ojiro. That doesn't really make any sense since Ojiro himself appears very soon after and he looks nothing like it. Same with Kira, who appeared in the very next chapter. He definitely has to be a character that appears quite a distance from the flashback in order for such a design change to take place. And also one that Josefumi or Kira would have seen. Another popular choice is Damo, who they did encounter shortly before the fusion. I find this unlikely, however, since it's such a drastic change in the design. I think the most likely person here would be Yotsuyu. He's the next real villain that Josuke encounters. He does have, at the very least, a similar physique and hairstyle. And similar to Damo, he was present for Josefumi and Kira before the fusion. I don't think we'll end up getting a real answer to this question until the time of the Part 8 anime. The anime adaptations have always made certain changes here and there. And in some cases, Araki himself has even been asked by David Production to provide some additional details. So I think it's possible that's when we'll find out whose design this was meant to be, and it'll be replaced by that in the anime. After Josuke and Yasuo discover the corpse of Yoshikage Kira, we have a brief scene where a naked person is hiding in a trash can. For whatever reason, people seem to be confused about who this is. This is the woman who was kidnapped by Ojiro and kept inside Kira's apartment. First of all, she's naked just like the person we see later. She also mentions that she came from Tokyo, and the person in the trash can says they want to go back to Tokyo, so it's clearly her. But somehow I've actually gotten comments that think the person in the trash can is Kira, whose body had just been discovered. They somehow think that he just got up and walked away without anyone noticing, and that he was forgotten about by Araki. The next topic involves the marking that was found right on the arm of Kira's corpse. This same mark was later found in the Higashikata house, and eventually traced to a book that was upstairs that contained the family tree. For this topic, we have a few different things to talk about. The first question is what the mark is. This was directly answered in the story. It's the logo of a bookseller, and this is why it was present on the book. Next, why was it on Kira's arm? It was mentioned that it appears as written on his arm the same way you write down a phone number to remember it. This was also answered later on when it was said that Kira snuck into the house to remove Kei's name from the book in order to hide her identity. So Kira learned what the logo on the book was like, wrote it down, and then used that to make sure he found the right book.
This'll be useful.
That was directly answered. So the only question remaining is why it was written throughout the house. The only other mention of this comes from Yasuho when she remembers the mark. She says that she saw it there back when she was a child, written on random places like the stair rail or the leg of the chair. I feel the answer to this is simpler than we think, that the mark was just doodled there by the children in the house after seeing it in the book upstairs. In one scene, Josuke briefly sees that Daya's leg is injured, but it is healed immediately after. This is what causes him to fuss over Daya and allows his memory to be taken. At first, people believed this was another part of Daya's ability, which we would see if her stand was used again. But since her ability wasn't used again, it's not possible to confirm this. I think what this actually is was Daya showing Josuke one of her memories. She mentions that it's possible to view the memories inside the chess pieces. So it's possible that one of these memories is of her with an injury, and by using that, she tricks Josuke into becoming her slave. This would also be an easy method for collecting memories from people, explaining why she has so many. When Yasuho visits Holly in the hospital, she's able to see Paisley Park and realizes that Yasuho is a stand user. The fact that she can see this would indicate that she has a stand. Some ask why this stand never ended up appearing in the part. In the past, we saw that Holly is fully aware of Kira's ability, since she asks him to use it to save Josefumi. If she's had a full stand for that long, it's definitely odd that her ability isn't known. So most likely, she's a person with a dormant stand. This is almost exactly like the situation with the original Holly, since she was able to see Star Platinum, but wasn't yet showing any signs of actually having a stand. Her stand eventually did appear after being forced out by the distress signal from Jonathan's body, but it eventually disappeared after Dio was defeated. However, her stand would just vanish completely. It would go back to being dormant until she theoretically awakens it normally in the future. I think this is also true for this Holly. While she does have a dormant stand and can see other stands, she can't actually use hers on her own. However, the end of Part 8 does still leave Holly in a coma, with Josuke mentioning the possibility of healing her in the future. So it's possible that if she is revived, she could eventually have an awakening. But until then, it's the same as the Holly from the original universe. Early in the story, it's shown that Josuke has a talent for seeing the exact measurements of things. Some have asked what the purpose of this was. This was answered by another moment that happens later, where we see Holly doing the same thing. This is the first hint that the two characters are related. The ability to measure things from a distance may also be a callback to Kira or Thor, who did something similar during the final battle. During the fight with Thor this way, Josuke is attacked by the stand and pushed back against him. Some ask how this is possible.
I got it.
Stand users cannot make contact with stands. As I've explained in a few of the previous debunking videos, this is not the case. When a stand is attacking, it becomes tangible. Otherwise, it would simply face through anything it touches. If Morpheus Ray were intangible, it wouldn't be able to attack Josuke at all. It would just
Yeah, the
run straight
Mavis
through it.
range thing.
So clearly it has to be tangible, and as a result, Josuke can touch it.
It's not really all that practical.
Said that once the corpse was locked in the
There's
underworld,
not
it would
many
take
uses
years
for it,
to reach by
but it's
force.
nice to have.
However, some say that this was contradicted in Part 8, when we see in the flashback that Johnny steals the corpse of Revolving Manhattan. However, what Diego is most likely saying here is that it would be unreachable by conventional means. With the infinite rotation, Johnny would be able to make this process much easier. Also, Diego didn't even think Johnny
Hell
would
yeah,
be an
hat.
issue, since he had just abandoned him under the effects of the spin. He didn't know that Steven would show up and save Johnny. Also, it's unknown if the corpse was actually sealed away in the way Diego describes. Diego never actually turned the dial to lower the elevator with the corpse on it. Lucy killed him before he was able to. When Steven showed up, the door was shut, but we don't know if it was actually sealed away. The corpse may just be on the other side of the door, which Johnny could reach easily. A lot of people seem to have misconceptions when it comes to Johnny's death. Johnny was found with his head crushed by a boulder. However, people seem to just completely miss the reason for this happening. Just randomly did. Others even think this happened as a result of Wonder of You. What actually happened was that Johnny used the rocks he had stored up his minds and the golden rotation to transfer the rock disease from his son onto himself. As a result of this event, the ground of Morio gained the power of the walleyes and the auto stand was created, which was featured in the Shakedown Road. This stand is what moved the boulder onto him after Johnny had already shot himself. In Chapter 22, Yasuho discovers a newspaper article that talks about a baby launching on the shores of Maine the same day as Johnny's death. Many people ask what the meaning of this was meant to be. While this is intentional canon, its connection to Johnny's legend is undeniable. This serves as a hint to the origin of the walleye's power. In Part 7, Saints serve as the main goal of the story. But we also learned that many other saints exist throughout the world. Saints are individuals who exhibit an exceptional degree of perfection according to the golden ratio. This is the equation that all life is based on. And by tapping into it, you can access infinite energy. This is the origin of powers such as sleep. Saints also have this power in their corpses and good fortune after their deaths. A person is considered a saint when 2 miracles are attributed to them after they die. This baby is an example of one of these miracles. As a person who sacrificed himself for his wife and son, Johnny became a saint. His actions created the walleyes, which are a similar follow-up to the devil's palms created by the saint's corpse. Both of these are referred to with a shared label of blessings from the earth. The Twin Pines became home to a shrine associated with them, which later
Time to
caused
go
the miracle
bananas.
of protecting the area around the Higashikata property from the 2011 earthquake. Near the end of the story, we're introduced to the
Since I've
powers
collected
of
bananas so much, I actually just know by heart the location of the bananas now. I wonder if one day I'll be able to draw all of Zelda's map by memory. Now that's a scary thought.
Loco was shown to have a great deal of inherent luck, so much that it created a stand. His luck was also described as a kind of flow, just like how calamity is described in dreams. The appearance of a baby that somehow survived being swept up in the ocean, and even somehow ended up with precious jewels, is an example of the extreme good luck caused by the power of miracles. Immediately after the scene with the newspaper, Yasuko is pulled down underneath the tree into a room with a shadowy figure who licks her. In the next chapter, she wakes up in the underground bunker of the Higashikata property.
That's why I got a speed boost.
Some people have asked who this person was supposed to be, and how Yasuho suddenly got from the tree to the bunker. I thought it was made pretty clear in the story that it was Tsurugi. And as Tsurugi explains, the earthquake opened up a hole between the air vent and the bottom of the tree, which is how Yasuho got down here. The bunker itself is also a topic of discussion. Yasuho remarks that it feels like a prison. Later, she also sees a room that has an outfit that resembles Josuke's in it. Later still, Tsurugi tells Josuke that he recognizes him from being in the room before. Some ask what the purpose of this location was, as well as the meaning of Josuke having supposedly been in the room.
I only learned recently from playing this game that you're supposed to chop these trees down. You can and you should.
As to why the bunker feels like a
Oh
prison,
god, that's a silver enemy.
gives us the answer. He says that the bunker was made to hold members of the family while they were under the effects of the rock disease. We see later that once
Yes, we can't
Tsurugi
take
starts
those
to
guys
show
on.
symptoms, he blacks out at times and does things involuntarily. This can be dangerous, as seen when Tsurugi lost control and used his stand to push a baby into the fountain. Tsurugi's stand isn't really meant for combat, but other types of stands may be even more dangerous if they lost control like this. In another example, Joe nearly killed someone with his stand as a child, so this room was made for the purpose of holding others safely until the time came for the Finally, what's up with the clothes? Well, Tsurugi says that he recognizes Josuke from there. The clothes being present there tells us that it must have been Kira, since he's the one who Josuke got his clothes from. We learned later that Norisuke and Kira were actually working together in some way. Norisuke was interested in curing the rock disease, and Kira was interested in curing Holly. So it's likely that Kira stayed in this bunker while he and Norisuke tried to investigate the Rokakaka. However, Kira likely already knew about the fruit, which he had Joseph graft onto the trees in the Higashikata orchard. So I think Kira was keeping it quiet that he actually knew, and in the meantime, was able to watch the area around the branches from the Higashikata's property. When Kei went undercover as a maid, he also snuck into the house to alter the family tree. The reason he had such easy access to the house was also likely from staying nearby. When Yasuo was first introduced, he pulls some kind of plastic wrap from his eyes and mouth and uses this to waterboard Yasuo. A lot of people ask what this was supposed to be, since it doesn't fit with his stand ability, and they think it doesn't fit with the rock human abilities that were introduced later. On the contrary, I think this is definitely possible for him to do as a rock human. As we learn later, rock humans are silicon-based organisms. When they hibernate, they create a rock-like membrane around themselves. Other silicon organisms, such as the rock animal Doo-doo-doo-da-da-da, was shown to be able to create the silicate mineral asbestos to attack its targets. This plastic-like sheet is no different. It's a silicon construct that Yasuo is creating, just like the membrane he's able to create during hibernation. When Norisuke uses key thinking on the Rokakaka, he is able to reconstruct what part of the plant looks like. This plant has a big branch and large leaves similar to those from a fig tree. However, later when we see the plants, they're much smaller and lack the large leaves, leading to some confusion. However, what we need to keep in mind is that these are not the Rokakaka trees as they're likely seen in the wild. All of the trees that we're used to are miniature ones that are carried around in pots. In fact, if we take a closer look at the plant,
That's a golden rhinoceros
are
beetle.
actually the same shape,
Damn.
just smaller. Similar to a dwarf fruit tree in real life, the appearance of this tree is likely different from what the fully grown ones might be like in New Guinea. Some have asked why Jobin, the oldest son of the family, isn't named Norsuke V, since every firstborn son of the family for the past 5 generations has had that name. However, we know that this is not the name that they're born with. If we look at the family tree, we can see that starting from Norsuke II, they're born with one name and then later change their name to Norsuke. The current patriarch of the family, Norsuke IV, was originally born with the name Josuke. Most likely, once the current Norsuke dies and the eldest son takes his place, he would then change his name. But since Norsuke IV is still around, Jobin still has his original name. Throughout Part 8's publishing, there are always debates over the return of certain characters. For quite a while, legit arguments were had over whether Kei and Kato would return to the story. Of course, they ultimately did do so. However, the one character that didn't end up fully returning is Carrera. This was a girl that knew Josuke's past self, and she's first introduced for him to learn more about Josefumi and Kira. She has her own goal of finding the fruits that she will escape from her life. She also promises to meet Josuke again, although what that would be is a secret. While Carrera herself doesn't appear, she's actually mentioned in the final chapter. Josuke brings up his first encounter with Carrera when he and Yasuo run into Josefumi's mom. While she didn't turn up again in Part 8, there's a possibility of running into her in Part 9, because 9 of some kind, similar to how Part 7 characters reappear in Part 8. Since she had the goal of finding fruit, the final chapter alluded to existing on the islands in the south, that may be where the next one first introduced to Josuke's other half, Josefumi, we see that he has a Joestar birthmark. This doesn't get mentioned again, but people ask how this is possible, since he shouldn't be related to the Joestar family. However, I wouldn't be so sure. The family tree of the Joestars that we have is actually very limited. It only includes the direct descendants down to Yoshikage Kira. Unlike the original universe, there's actually a ton of siblings that were had along the way. Johnny
Whatever.
and Rita had not just their son George, but also an unseen daughter. Then George and Elizabeth
Maybe
had
should have
4
checked the
children,
time more.
including Joseph. So based on that, there could be
I should
potentially
unlock
dozens of people who are related to Johnny. And since some of these are daughters, they wouldn't share his family name. So I think it isn't too far-fetched that one of these eventually resulted in Josefumi. This photo of Josefumi, Kira, and Carrera has also led to some questions. People say that it shouldn't be possible for them to be pictured together like this, since Kira doesn't know who Carrera is. However, nothing that Kira says suggests that he hadn't seen Carrera before. In fact, he says he recognizes her as the one who's been following Josefumi around, and has even learned about her name and stand-in. Josefumi also recognizes her as Cass. She seems to be somewhat delusional about their relationship, so I don't really see an issue with Carrera having come up and snapped a picture of her and Josefumi as if they're together. In order to grow the fruit secretly, Josefumi stole the roots of the tree and grafted them onto another tree on the Higashikata property. I've gotten a comment saying that this shouldn't be possible, and that you can't just attach a branch from a tree onto a different one and expect that fruit to grow. However, this person seems to be unaware that tree grafting is a real thing, and that, yes, you can actually grow a fruit on a different tree than normal through this process. When he first discusses this plan with Kira, Josefumi even demonstrates this and cuts the branches just like you do in real life. As for how Josefumi would know about all this, he actually mentions that he's an agriculture student. Some people say that the standability of Kira must change. First, Kei mentions that Kira's stand can create exploding bubbles, but they say that later this stand just works like the normal Killer Queen, as well as having a sheer heart attack. However, this is not the case. In all of the examples we see of Kira using his stand, he actually does have exploding bubbles. First, we see him place a bubble in Ojiro's face, which explodes, and later we see him place one in the tire of the motorcycle to cause it to crash. There's some confusion when it comes to Josuke's creation. Some people say that first the walleyes were said to be the reason, after Kei demonstrated the equivalent exchange, but that later the fruit was the reason for them fusing. That the power of the walleye Eyes was completely forgotten about. However, this was not the case. Both of these powers played a role in their fusion. First, Kira was injured and Josefumi fed him the fruit. This caused an exchange between the two. Since Kira was dying and Josefumi was exchanged to revive him, the two were both in a state of being half alive. Then the earthquake caused them to fall into the walleyes. Once there, parts of their bodies were swapped, leaving behind one living body, Josuke, and one dead body that was found in the same location. Others were confused over the changed power of the new Rokagaka. This came about after Josefumi grafted the branches onto the tree of the walleyes. This caused the power of the walleyes to combine with the fruit, which resulted in the new Rokagaka. While the normal fruit doesn't
This will increase my survivability by a lot. Hopefully.
two different people, similar to the walleyes themselves. Some people ask how it's possible that Josefumi and Kira had stands before the walleyes appeared in 2011. This comes from a misunderstanding of how the walleyes work. While the visible walleyes as we know them didn't rise up until after the earthquake, their power has always existed underground in Oreo. According to Oshiro, he gained his stand long before the
I'll have to make do with these for now.
walleyes rose up. They came up from right under his house. Since he was so close to them that whole time, he got their power. The same is true for the Higashikatas, whose house is located right near the future location of the walleyes. They were using the power of the walleyes for generations to prevent the disease. So for all the stand users in Oreo, they simply developed stands over time due to the power the town held. The Milagro Man was a short 2-chapter arc that appeared in the middle of JoJolion. Some people have been confused as to what exactly the purpose of this arc was, since the actual Milagro Man curse itself didn't appear again. The greater purpose of the Milagro Man story was to tell us about the nature of curses. Ever since the first chapter, we know that JoJolion is a story about breaking a curse. Higashikata rock disease is an example of one of these curses, but its origins are left unknown throughout the story. The Milagro Man gives us an idea of how curses actually operate. According to the narration of Chapter 1, a curse can be created from a sin committed in the past. This is the case with the Milagro Man, which came into being after a murder-suicide committed by an arms dealer. The Milagro Man itself has a sin, which ties into the idea that's existed throughout the JoJo series. What we see as curses is often actually a stand ability at work. As we know, stands are connected to the powers of spin and the miracles of saints. So a curse is like the opposite of a miracle, a negative flow of fortune. This was finally revealed to us later with the introduction of Wonder of View and the concept of calamity. So the Milagro
Whoa, now, be
stands
careful,
not
man.
only give us a break between the two halves of JoJolion, but also serve as a miniature version of the story's overall conflict. One person asks about the scene where Josuke and Norisuke were looking at the security camera, and a mysterious rock human was shown sneaking around the orchard, whether this was never followed up on. However, this person seems to miss what happens a few pages later, where Josuke says that it isn't a rock human, but actually Jobin, who's looking for the grafted branch. There seems to be some confusion when it comes to the character Dolomite. Some people have said that Dolomite was originally a human, but then somehow became or was retconned into being a rock human. I literally have no idea how anyone could think this, and it was never said at any point that Dolomite was human. Others are confused in a different way, and think that Dolomite is a rock animal. This is at least understandable based on his freakish appearance. And as we saw from his flashback, he is in fact a rock human who is just scarred to look the way he is. Some confusion stems from a page later in the manga, which shows Dolomite alongside the rock animals. However, this page also features Yatsuyu, who is a rock human. It simply points out how all rock organisms, regardless of being humans or animals, have different ways of blending into society and nature. One person mentions that during the fight in Hawaii, Josuke loses his shoes at the end of one chapter, but in the next chapter somehow has new shoes. What they seem to miss is the first page of the chapter, which literally shows Josuke at the shoe store buying shoes. In yet another shoe-related question, some people say that Blue Hawaii's ability is inconsistent. As we know, Josuke has to avoid being touched by the blood of the possessed people to avoid being possessed himself. But in one instance, Josuke is touched first place. But later, he allowed himself to get touched to avoid hurting the baby. This time, the blood seeped through, and he wound up possessed. A lot of people bring up that Jobin Stan's Speed King was said to have some kind of hidden ability, but that this ability was never shown for the rest of the story. What they're referring to is the cover of Chapter 63, which features a blurb about Speed King. It says that even Jobin's family doesn't know about the ability's true nature. However, this doesn't actually say anything about some kind of hidden ability, only that Jobin's family members don't really know how his stand works. Like Norisuke said earlier in the story, the family prefers to keep their stands hidden from others. During the fight with Urban Gorilla, Mamasuku is forced to cut off the tips of his fingers of his left hand. It says that he can't get them back. Some people say that this was contradicted, and that he later had his fingers back with no problems. However, this is not the case. Throughout the rest of the story, Mamasuku can still be seen to be missing those fingers, all the way up to his final appearance. It's hard to see most of the time since often his left hand is off screen, but whenever it's seen from the front, his missing fingers are represented by these dark circles. Some people seem to be confused about the way that Jobin killed Makarin. They ask how it's possible that Speed King's ability works through a telephone. However, this is not what happened. Speed King is able to store heat inside of objects, and he can release this heat anytime he wants. This is what happened to Ojiro. Jobin stored the heat on the phone that Ojiro stole, as well as the money. Once he had gone far away, Jobin activated the ability and killed Ojiro. Then he called the phone, and when Makarin picked it up, he activated that heat source to kill her as well. During the Wonder of You arc, Josuke blocks a man from coming near him with his bubbles, and the man ends up dying because of Calamity. After this, Josuke gets framed for murder, and the cops start heading after him. Some ask how after the story is over, Josuke somehow is able to live normally without getting arrested. However, this is actually answered by Mamazuki in the scene when the man died. He says that the witnesses saw that Josuke was just protecting
Oh, hello, you're back.
He says that while Josuke
No, I am not.
arrested,
Hello.
Yes, hello. What are you doing?
Still playing Zelda. I'm almost done with my session though. Then I'm gonna take a shower, then I'm gonna go do my assignments and stuff. Cause I got some.
Yeah. Wow, you're so responsible doing the assignment.
So what out?
Nothing much.
Nice.
They go open up Genshin.
Nice. The next part of the event has come out. I
Yeah.
haven't done the ping pong. I'm waiting for you.
Yeah.
So we can do it in co-op since it's more fun that way.
Yeah. And where are you?
There is a part in the story where you gotta play on your own.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Ow, fuck, my foot.
Oh. That worked out well.
Let's go! Do, 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 do. So what you doing?
Dying.
Nice. I also like dying. Anyways, I just saw a fucking... You wanna know what I saw, Resty?
What?
You know the Geo Wolf Lord boss in Abyss?
Mm-hmm.
Physical Zhongli. Physical Zhongli literally killed it. Before it could do anything.
Oh! Oh
It
my
did
god,
the
he's
Geo
still shooting
Wolf-
rocks at me.
Resty, it did the Geo Wolf Lord in one cycle. It wasn't even able to do the make stone wolf thingy that you need to hit with Geo. It wasn't even able to do it.
Dank.
Yeah. Also, I saw Zhongli did 1 million damage with his meteor.
What? That's busted. It still probably won't
Yeah,
be enough to
wow.
one-shot a goddamn Patui guy, though.
Wanna know how it did it?
How? How can
So
someone contain such power? Possess, I
obviously,
mean.
obviously, you bring the food. You know, food buffs, potion.
Yep, food buffs are useful. Yeah, we don't use them
Uh,
that often. I don't, at least. Do you eat food buffs and stuff while you're exploring and stuff?
when exploring, sometimes I eat the stamina buns.
Same.
Anyways, so he had a co-op friend. He had the co-op friend had Bennett and Ito. Ito
Co-op as
had
well.
Ito had Constellation 4, and he had R5 Wolf's Gravestone.
I
That
see.
makes that 60% attack buff from just the Ito. And obviously Bennett Burst. The main guy using Zhongli had Zhongli and Yelan. Yelan was using Venti's bow, Elegy of the End.
Yes,
And they did the meteor on the, what's his name? Scaramouche boss fight.
that's very
When you
rank.
knock. Yeah, he did the meteor on the Scaramouche boss fight when you knock him down in second phase, where you can go up to his face. And the fucking video showed the compilation of him trying to get to 1 million damage on Zhongli.
Nice.
We started off with like 200k meteors on the Sumeru Drake guys, the Ruin Drakes. And yeah, amazing. If only Zhongli could do that. Also, he probably had like, Staff of Homa R5.
Indeed. Yes, here's how we're gonna do
apparently,
this. Oh! Yes,
so apparently, actually,
feel it.
if you're able to get 140 energy recharge on Zhongli, Emblem of Severed Fate is better than the Queen of Lesson to Arcade that I'm using.
I saved your ass. Was it worth it?
You need to get 140 energy recharge though,
Oh,
which is kind of difficult.
I see.
But I can do that because I have Skyward Spine.
I've never seen this food before. Wow. Thanks, guy, I guess.
Thanks, my guy. MacGyver.
It's pretty cool. Ah, the fuck happened to my attack buff? I had like 3 minutes
Gone.
3 minutes already wore off. Am I just terrible at counting the time?
You are terrible at counting the time. You know that.
No, I'm pretty confident with my time management abilities.
I'm pretty confident with your time management. I'm dead.
God damn it.
Stop saying I am.
Never.
When will you learn, old man?
I am not an old man, I'm just stupid. Ain't that the sad truth?
You know what would be nice, Leslie,
What?
for the card game?
What?
So if you're playing with random people, there should be a chat function, you know?
A what? Yeah.
A chat
I said that as well while I was playing because I was recording myself. Yeah, a chat feature would certainly be nice.
Yeah, so you can talk to your opponent and shit, you know, find it, you know, fun. Watch you try to talk to them and they don't respond with anything at all.
Indeed.
That's gonna be sad. You know what? I'm gonna fight some random guy right now with my
Nice.
Oceanic.
Use your stall team.
It's the only thing. It's the only team I have, Rest.
Ah, right. You deleted a lot of your decks. You did a
I
purging
deleted
spree.
everything.
Yeah.
I should actually fight some other beaches as well. Get all the stuff. Oh, they're using Kazuha. Oh, they're using the fucking stupid ass team, Resty. The Senju, Yoimiya, and Ayaka.
Oh. He's meta decking.
Yeah. Meta dick this ass if he loses to this shit.
Indeed. I think probably
Oh.
any of my decks can probably beat the meta deck. I'm that confident in my cards now.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure the meta should have evolved by now, right?
The meta should have evolved to the Oceanic.
Maybe. Yeah, I like summons. I think summons are a major part of the meta right now.
I mean, mine doesn't really have summons.
But in a sense, Hu Tao and Xiao are still the worst support cards in the game still.
Yeah, they need to make Shao cost less.
Yeah, Xiao is the only 4-cost thing, and not only is it a 4-cost, it's also white.
Hey yo, why you gotta say it like that?
Yeah.
It's also white. Like every other thing.
And then Hu Tao is a very specific counterplay card. And since there's only those two cards that can do that, it's pretty hard to build a deck around them.
Ano yan? May ipapayaran ba? Alright, what the fuck is this guy doing? He used into stupid shit. 141. I don't have.
Man, I can't wait for next week.
Doot.
Oh, mushrooms growing beneath your house, lady. Don't
May
mind
pa
if I
boy sa
steal them.
ban.
You don't seem like you need them. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're bothered by them, so I did you a favor.
Ah. Hey. Whoa.
2, 2, 3, 6.
Alright, I gotta pee. I may as well. This is my stopping point.
You gotta pee.
I'm gonna go take a shower now. See ya. And then it's off to work for me. And then we'll